Hello, hello. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving weekend. It was a long one, and we didn't do our live stream last week because it was a holiday. But today we're back in. In a few minutes, I will do some introductions. We will wait for a few people to come join us. We see people already join us. We stream about search and digital marketing every week on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. EST. Please join us if you want to be up to date with everything that's going on in SEO, web search, organic clicks, traffic, and all of that. We do appreciate your feedback. If you have any ideas for our future broadcasts, please let us know. Also, please let us know where you're watching us from because we'd love to know which network is getting more people to see us and discover our live stream. We do the main network that we are promoting these broadcasts from is LinkedIn. So please connect to me on LinkedIn and keep an eye on my posts every week. There is a new event that you can subscribe to, and not forget to see us talking about search and AI and how is everything changing and what is going on. So I see people join us, so it's time to introduce myself. I'm Anne Smarty. I've been in SEO for about 20 years, but I think I've been saying that for at least 2 years now, so it may be more. I come from Ukraine, moved to the United States to build my SEO career here, to keep building it here. Now I have co-founded my own SEO agency, Smarty.marketing. Please check it out. We have some innovative services. It's not just regular SEO company. We do consider every client a special flower. We don't have templates. We have all different services for different sizes and types of clients. So please check us out. With me today, and always, April, our director of social. Thank you for joining us. April has a lot of roles, but none of them is actually SEO connected. So she's able to translate what I'm saying because in many ways, after so many years in SEO, I don't really get if people can understand what I'm saying because the majority of business owners really don't know SEO that much and may be confused. So April here is here to answer questions, to clarify anything that I'm saying and make it easier for you to understand. Thank you again for joining us. Today we will be discussing the state of online search, but before that, just a quick update. We are still going through Google's core update. From what I know, I haven't checked news today, but I think it's still going. It can end any day now because it's been about 2 weeks now. On top of the algorithmic update, and I don't know why Google always combines these two recently, we also see manual site reputation abuse actions being sent to many businesses. We will be looking at this particular penalty maybe next week. I'm waiting for it to end and to collect some data and what people are saying. Excuse me, what people are saying, what they're experiencing, and what we can learn from that update. Two interesting things happened right before Google started sending those manual manual penalty notifications is that they have changed their rules right before penalizing people, which is not uncommon for Google. They will change their rules and penalize people retrospectively on a regular basis, so it's nothing new. So what has changed? Previously, I think 1 year ago when those site reputation abuse guidelines were introduced to us, they said that it is okay to serve third-party content if there is an editorial oversight and someone is actually looking at that content before pushing it live on your domain. Now it doesn't matter whether there is any editorial oversight or not. You risk a manual penalty if you are serving third-party content on your site. And that is not it. I think Lily Ray was reporting that quite a few businesses got in touch with her saying that there is no third-party content on their site, but they have affiliate content. So they have all those listicles with affiliate links in them, and they are all editorial. People actually write them, but they were still getting those manual penalty notifications about third-party content. So it is not just editorial, not non-editorial automated content, but it's also sometimes editorial content. Those two updates have to do with site reputation. Now, there is another change in Google's guidelines in a different place, not within those guidelines, but overall about how Google works and which algorithmic systems it's using to rank websites. They added a paragraph that a section of the site can suffer rankings decrease if it's not relevant, if it's drastically different from another site, from the rest of the site. An example could be a news outlet like, let's say, CNN, having a section on the site reviewing vacuum cleaners, for example. Google could consider that an absolutely different section of the site that has nothing to do with the main domain, and algorithmically can decide that that is abuse of the powerful domain, and it's not expert driven, and whether it's automated or editorial, it could decrease in rankings. We don't know what prompted Google to give us that insight. I think they have always been using relevancy factors in their content analysis when ranking websites. But I think this is the first step to those site reputation abuse metrics to become algorithmic, because at this point they're still manual. And I was talking about why they're manual, because Google cannot really overrun the authority of the domain, the backlink profile of the domain algorithmically, because it's so important for the rankings. So they have to do those manual penalties those penalties manually. But the first step for them to understand if there is any abuse of the domain power authority. I really don't like the term abuse, because they are not abusing anything. They have built that domain. I don't see that as abuse, but that's how Google calls it, and that's the terminology I'm using as well. So I think this new metric, how they are talking about it, is that if the rest of the site is about one thing, and then you suddenly have a section or a subdomain doing something absolutely different, Google will likely not use that authority signals of the main domain to that section. So it will be treated differently. It may not be a manual penalty, but Google will look at it as a separate website and not apply all the other metrics from the main site to that section, because it's not relevant to the site. Interesting takeaways from the last week while we were away. I'm not sure how important it is for your website, but it is interesting to know how Google is developing and which new rules it's introducing and new metrics it's talking about. Now that we are here, everyone who wanted to joined us. Let's talk quickly about the recent search that I did and the main topic of today's website. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about different search engines that are being talked about in our industry these days. So it's not just Google these days, it's also GPT search, which is quite new. So you can search ChatGPT now. It's using Bing's index, but from what I know and understand, it's just index. It's not using Bing's metrics. which is not good for GPT search from my perspective, because it's a lot of data they are ignoring. Now there is a Perplexity AI, which is a AI-driven search engine, and there is Bing itself, which uses a lot of AI components these days as well, thanks to its partnership with OpenAI, its Copilot, its own AI chat, generative AI platform. So there are a lot of search engines where starting to talk about and looking how they're developing and trying to understand if any of them has any chance of becoming Google's competitor, which I don't see yet happening, but we all have our hopes high. We do want a competitor for Google so that it is treating publishers a little bit nicer. So on Monday, which was Cyber Monday, or what's the April? You can tell me. Is it Cyber?
Yeah,
It's
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday. I was searching for Black Friday deals because I was inspired by Glenn Gabe, who did that. On Friday, actually, also on the several search platforms, trying to compare their search results and seeing how different search engines treat that intent and what they're serving a user. I did this task on Monday, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more challenging for search engines to understand why I'm doing that and how to better serve me. So I did that on Monday. So I searched Google and I found its search results much more user-friendly than any other platforms, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I get it. Google has decades of data and experiments, decades of algorithmic changes and mistakes they've been learning from. And serving my search intent is much easier for them because they also have history with searching them, so that search engine. So they are able to do a better job. They provided very fresh results. They provided results for Cyber Monday because even though it's not that keyword, because it's same intent and fresh results as well, they did not almost a few lists were from Friday, but most of the results that I saw were fresh and up to date. They personalized a section of the site, providing me products that had deals, current deals, based on my searching history. So it was a very pleasant search experience. ChatGPT was ChatGPT, whether it's search, just generative platform. They found a few listicles from Friday, and they just gave me that list without any further explanation. So my next step as a user would have been clicking every listicle and going through that, trying to figure out what it is I need. Perplexity was pretty much the same, but the difference between GPT search and Perplexity was that GPT search just served me affiliate listicles, all those listicles that list affiliate links in them. So it's very probable it's not because they liked those deals, but because they have affiliate relationship with those brands. Perplexity served me official links from official stores like Amazon, Best Buy, all of those, so directly from those sites, which I found much more useful because apparently those are official deals, and I was able to click those links and see if those are good or bad for me. And Bing was Bing, outdated results. They did a good job with that news section. They have blended news results as well, where they listed some of the freshest results. I think the news algorithm is much more up to date. They also had AI overviews of their own search results, which were not really useful. It's a summary of best deals that they were able to find within their index. With that in mind, what I see happening at this point, we have 4 search engines that we're increasingly talking about. They are very, 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 very far behind Google. Unfortunately, Google is a monopoly for a reason. It is really a good search engine. So for the time being, we are focusing on Google. I did have a few SEO takeaways for optimizing for this trending queries that pop up every year. We'll talk about that with April in a minute, but prove me wrong. I know a lot of people like Perplexity. I would love to see why. I would love to hear back from you and understand why everyone likes Perplexity, why everyone is so much excited about GPT search. In my experience as a user, I didn't find them really user-friendly or helpful for that particular search. We will continue these exercises on a regular basis and we'll be reporting them to you because it is important to see how search engines are developing and what other search features they are introducing. Perplexity, for example, allows you to add certain products to carts right from search results, which I think is going to be happening more and more with Google as well, when they will have to will allow you to buy things right from search results without even going to the website, which is a very quick thing. We already see that on Instagram, where you can have your own little Instagram shop and people could buy things right from there. So it is increasingly a trend. We will watch it and we will report on how to optimize for that or for any other search feature that we see out there. So far, Google is our focus, but I would love to be proven wrong because I do really want any or all of those search engines to pick up and become Google's competitor. With that, please ask your questions if you have any, or provide your feedback of why you like some certain search engine more, because we would love to know. And April has a few questions about optimizing for things like Black Friday, Christmas gift ideas, Valentine's Day gifts, all of those that we are going to go through the seasonality every year. It's an interesting SEO topic, and I think it's not very different whether you're optimizing for GPT search or Google. The same tactics apply, and we will talk about them the next 10 minutes. Please ask your questions.
Great. So my first question is, if a brand is having Black Friday deals or like another holiday or special event like you mentioned, what are some tips to help those pages rank for those queries?
Well, first of all, you do need that page very prominently on the site. You do have, we look at current search results. It's not too late for you to search Black Friday deals and get some ideas. Categorization by intent, whether it's gift ideas for couples, whether it's deals that have to do with a certain product category, whether it's bundles. It's not, that page doesn't need to just list your coupon code you can apply. Give ideas to people, make it very actionable, add some content to it in terms of best products from last year, most popular gifts from that we see people buy, trending new gift ideas that you've never seen before. So give some very different options based on your category and based on what you're doing, but make sure it's very actionable. It's not just talking about Black Friday and the deal that you can have site-wide, for example. Make it very actionable, make it very prominent on the website. And look at more things that you can do with content, because listing gift ideas is usually listicles. If you search for gift ideas for Christmas, that will be a listicle. So create one, feature your products with different ideas of how you can give to moms, parents, kids, anything like that. So supporting content is very important as well. Look at search results first and foremost to get some ideas on how to better serve different search intents, different people, different audience segments, and go with that. Publish it earlier, because it's like not on Black Friday, you want Google to index it and you want Google to be aware of it. And you can say when that deal can start, but the page can go live earlier for sure, before that deal is even active. And don't remove it right away. An interesting thing that I saw searching for Black Friday on Monday after Black Friday was Best Buy. It's an interesting thing. They already replaced their 2024 Black Friday deals page with 2025 Black Friday deals page. And that 2025 page says Black Friday is not here yet. So it's empty. It's not, there is nothing on it. Be careful with that. Look at Google Trends. You can clearly see when in the past the interest in that search is starting picking up and when it ends. And it never ends on Black Friday itself. Apparently, I'm not the only one searching for Black Friday deals on Monday. There are people that are searching for it for the good part, half of December. So they do want to see if there are any Christmas deals, but they don't know any other search query but Black Friday deals. So they're still using it just because they want to have more deals. So don't remove it. Make sure that it is still there and it offers something to people. Even if it's not Black Friday deals, it could be just regular deals. But feature that on that page because you will lose some sales if you remove it too quickly.
Yeah, I've noticed that as the years go by, like the sales last longer and longer. Like now we have like Cyber Monday and then Cyber Week. Soon it's going to be like Cyber Month. Who knows?
Yes, and it's interesting that free shipping deals have become so like up to 2 days until Christmas, you can still get free shipping,
I
which
know,
was
it's crazy.
like in the last few maybe 5-6 years ago, it's like 1 week before Christmas, they were so busy that they could not process free shipping deals, and now it's like, especially with Prime, you can buy gifts 2 days before Christmas and be fine with your quick free shipping. So it's interesting how that is developing as well.
That leads into one of my other questions. Is it better to keep updating a specific Black Friday deals page or like another sales page each year, or like start fresh with a new page?
I know there are different people who have different opinions on that. I'm in the group of SEOs who always say the more evergreen the URL is, the better. So you can replace content on the same page over and over again, but Google already knows about it. Google has all the signals accumulated around that page. It will be easier to rank it and it will be easier to get some traffic every year. There are other group of SEOs who think that if you publish a new page every year and redirect the old one to the new one, you will have like that freshness signal that Google considers that really fresh content and it will do better. I have never experienced that. I've always seen evergreen URLs doing better. So I would say experiment, but if you want to hear my opinion, evergreen URLs are better for sure. And you still keep it on the site. You can even link to it on the site, but have it actionable in case people get to it. But just don't make it as prominent, obviously, until it's the season. But keeping that page interlinked is also a good idea. And having people like, hey, we have the best Black Friday deals every year. Subscribe to our email, and we will notify you when they come. So adding some a call to action that is useful even when it's off season would drive you more business if you just keep that page active for year by year.
Cool. So in the newsletter you mentioned like there was a 2022 Amazon ad on Bing. Like what would cause something like that to happen?
I really have never tried Bing ads. I suppose suppose that they just build copy automatically based on keywords. And there is a interesting thing with seasonal keywords. We know search volume for Black Friday 2022. We know search volume for Black Friday 2023. We don't know search volume for Black Friday 2024 because it's right now. So it's usually like search volume updates every month. So but by the time we know the search volume for that term, it's over. So I suppose people using those outdated keywords because they are in the database and they know, and somehow the copy builds itself to have those keywords in the title and in the description, and that's how it happens. It is unfortunate that AI that is being used right now in both Google Ads and Bing Ads is not smart enough to optimize the copy and avoid things like that. But I get it how businesses with huge ad campaigns can miss these things very easily because you have loads and loads of keywords and copies to go through. But it's an interesting definitely something for SEOs. It is important as well because not many people realize that search volume data is not current enough for the seasonal keywords. So we have to go back, and if you see, you don't have to optimize for Black Friday 2023, even though you see a huge search volume. It's not right now, and it's not just for this particular keyword. All the seasonal keywords are like that. When you look at, I don't know, any conferences or anything annual, you only see outdated data for the search volume, and you don't need to really optimize for it because there are businesses who would come to me and say, hey, why teacher conferences 2023 is such a huge volume and we are not doing anything with it. And I'm always like, no, it's you really need to up-to-date current keywords to optimize for, because the search volume data is not current enough for us to know how many people are searching for it this year.
Makes sense. So I guess people don't normally like even Google that way. They're not usually like Black Friday deals, not the year that they're in. They're just doing Black Friday deals. So I guess that makes sense.
Exactly. But some people may, just because of those outdated results that they see. And then they search Black Friday and see Black Friday 2022. They're like, okay, I'm adding a year.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So do we have any more questions from the audience? Did you get any good deals?
And seasonality is a very interesting SEO topic overall, because we always have those questions: when to optimize for Christmas, when to optimize for St. Valentine's, when to stop optimizing, what to do with those pages after the seasonality is over. And there are all different approaches to that. And it's interesting to see how other search engines are treating those seasonal keywords, which unfortunately was not as well as I was hoping for, because all they have is index. And I think they have index and they have AI algorithm that does whatever it wants with it. So they don't really know yet much about the people who are searching, the search intent, what satisfies them better. They are just interpreting search indexes with those AI algorithms, and it's not working as well so far. I was very surprised to see Google's personalization features that they introduced in search results. And we know that OpenAI has memory as of, I think, March 2024, so for quite a while. But there's no personalization yet, as far as I can see. And it's a little bit disappointing, because the future, as everyone is predicting in SEO industry, is first huge personalization, which Google is the only one that's doing right now. And interactivity, so people will be able to actually do something with within search results, not just find answers to their questions, but also buy something, subscribe to something, do something on those pages. And it's interesting to see that's happening. One important thing I forgot to mention when optimizing for deals, especially for seasonal deals, make sure you have schema on your product pages that reflects your deals, because Google does show that in search results. Make sure that all that is reflected in your product feeds that you have deals for, and Google has specific sections for products that have deals at this point, serving from those product feeds. So make sure to search a lot, first of all, especially when it comes to seasonality, and make sure that Google can see your deals on your site and serve those products, because Google does have a lot of product sections, shopping sections on your site. They are very well categorized. Sometimes there will be current deals, sometimes there will be best deals, sometimes there will be deals based on your searching history, sometimes there will be deals that from best most popular brands, and you need to keep an eye on those and see that your products are listed as well as they can, especially when there is seasonality and you have seasonal discounts and deals reflected in your schema for those products. So all of those are important, but the best SEO advice that I can give, make sure that you search a lot for your target queries. Search as much anytime you are looking at your rankings, anytime you're looking at your traffic. Search Google for that, best in the incognito mode, so it's not as personalized, but in both maybe as well, because those search results are all very dynamic. They are changing. Google is improving them all the time, and that gives you lots of clues on what to do to better optimize your pages for those queries. Search, and that is the best SEO tool out there, is actually Google, and I hope check other search engines as well. But that is a very interesting, important exercise. Always search for whatever you are optimizing for. And with that, thank you so much for our seasonality driven chat. I think searching again for things like that is important. We will continue doing that and report to you on our findings and takeaways that we could find when searching for something seasonal or not seasonal, or commercial, informational. We'll be reporting on that and learning from how search engines are developing, because we do want to find a place for our clients in this ever-changing SEO reality. And I'm talking as ChatGPT right now. Thank you again. Please join us on every Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST. Connect to me on LinkedIn. I'm Ann Smarty on LinkedIn. Subscribe to my newsletter, AnnSmarty.com, that I announce our weekly topics there every week. You will find a lot of screenshots of what I'm seeing, of some tools, useful links. Subscribe, AnnSmarty.com, and see you next Wednesday, hopefully discussing site reputation update on some related topic to that. Thank you and have a great rest of your week.
Bye, everyone.